Okay, what the hell is this, everybody? Hi, and welcome to Propaganda. Thanks for joining me nice and early as my two awesome cohorts in crime. I'm Chimpskey and Shirazaman, as always. So, I've been wanting to play Infect, and I'm tired of stuff dying, so I threw this thing together. It's a hot mess, I'm not going to lie, but I really like playing it, and I've been able to eke out a lot of victories that I really shouldn't. So, I don't know if there's something here. I doubt it. Let's be very clear. It's better to just play Hexproof or probably just Infect, but I'm trying something new and seeing what I can do. Obviously, Phyresis is our main way to get there, and we search it out with Commune with the Gods. This is a nice little gem I found, though. My son and I found this within about 10 hours of each other when I started coming up with this idea, and he was at school, and he's like, "Dad, you ever check this out?" And I was like, man, so genetically similar. I was like, yep, about 4 hours ago, I was looking at just this card. So... Pauper Tim's in the house. So yeah, this is an enchant creature aura, and when something's going in alone, it's unblockable. So now for a while I was running Aura Gnarlid because I wanted just that big boom with the infect damage once we found Phyresis. The problem with this list, though, if you don't draw Phyresis or Commune and you don't find it in time, sometimes you can almost get there just natural. So you got to kind of ebb and flow with the mood of whether you're going for damage or infect counters. Vampiric Link serves double duty. This is kind of our removal spell. What do I mean by that? You could throw this on something. Gurmag Angler coming at you. If you have 6 life, you go down to 1, then you go back up to 6. It's not lifelink, but it's close, and obviously it keeps us alive in theory against aggro decks if we put it on our own creature. So enough about this. We'll go over the list here. I've got 18 lands. We've got 2 bridges, 2 Mistvaults, and 2 Darkmoss. Then the rest are forests and 4 holdout settlements because our creatures don't have haste. So I like to sometimes, with our mana the way it is, I like to be a little bit more flexible. We've got the typical, Boggles package. We're running 12 critters and the Rancors and the Abundant Growth. Now what you'll notice here is I'm not running Utopia Sprawl because it's a little too hindering for this list, and I needed more draw, so I'm actually going with Nylea's Presence. Yes, it's a little bit slower, but it does have this magical phrase called Draw the Card. So, Pauper Tim, first time Twitch to see on Pauper. Oh, Pauper Player. Pauper Paper Player. Sorry about that. First time chat. Thanks for chiming in. I'd love to see first timers in here. Please let us know, and I'll try to give you a shout out. Anyway. So yeah, security bypass Phyresis, of course, ethereal armor and our armadillo cloak going to get there and be a little bit more consistent, but they're trying new things. That's what this show is all about, and I call it Aura-FECTION, so it's pretty cool. And then obviously our big hit spell is Ancestral Mask. In the sideboard, we've got 1 Vampiric Link, 3 Gut Shots, 3 Scattershots. I'm leaning on a creature-heavy sideboard because we have the Commune with the Gods search engine, so we can go find some of our kill spells quicker. 1 Gnarlid. If I'm not going against like some sort of red-black strategy with a lot of removal, maybe it's like a walls list I would bring this in against. And anyway, so there's quite a few cards good against us, and so Mesmeric Fiend, again, we're going to be able to search for it, grab it. Scattershots can also act as a more of an aggro Kalhani Garden. I don't like that land coming in and play tap, but if we're going up against a lot of edicts, we still have some effects here we can bring in. Soul's Fire is a really neat way to keep your creature alive and kill your opponent if they got you on a fog lock. We can do this, and obviously if it has Infect, it'll be awesome. And then 3 Macabres. Now, I was running Tainted Strike. If you could bring that up in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. One of my co-hosts there. But I just found it's kind of only good when I was already just winning, and it didn't do too much. It's fun to play things like Phyresis as a defensive mechanism, meaning say I'm at like 5 life and the guy's attacking me for like 6. The next turn I throw Phyresis on, it's got Infect. It's not going to do damage. It's going to infect me, but it'll buy you a turn. So you got to keep those things in mind. Pauper Akbar is in the house. We haven't heard from you in a while. Thanks for showing up, my friend. It's been a while. Hello, Infect Boggles. Yes, yeah, we're trying everything, man. This is how funny. My mentor in editing was named Mike Moss with 2 S's. This is kind of strange, and it's so strange how life works. I was just watching the '80s movie Fletch, which the character was. He nicknamed me when I was his intern back then, and long story, but it's just weird how things are working out. I'm gonna keep this. Our lands are okay, and we've got an early Commune. We'll see what we have, but I've already got the thing here, so let's just try to have some fun here today. This ain't no bring to a tournament list. It's just one of those lists where I throw it together. I've been playing it for about 4 days, and I see if there's something there, and there's a little bit of a spark, but maybe by throwing it through the populace here, and it'll spark some idea, and somebody will be like, wait, if you try this, then it really works, sort of thing. So, boy, we got a whole lot of nothing on turn 1, but turn 2 is a little flooded. Have been lurking. Komar, hello, good at ya. Did you see the new Asben Tordex deck? I did not. Be surprised if it did well in a tourney given the clock with that poor list. Yeah, all right. We'll foot to the, let's see, Boros, aggro. We might have to use that Phyresis on our opponent's creatures, right? It is nice, though, when you get like an early Silhana and you just start, you infect and you see the turn like 2 shots away and the people are gaining life for the weather and the storm, and you're like, haha, watch this. Well, things are kind of right here. We don't really have a way to use the haste ability on the Bogle here. We'll roll this out now, though. I'd really obviously like to have a 1-drop here. We could tap them right now for anything, but it'll have to wait. Probably be a little stultified next turn. Swift Spear is not going to make that easy. I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at 4 lists, like, you know, at the, what won the challenge, what 5-0'd, whatever. Usually make that a pretty regular practice, but I haven't done it in about 9 days. So, yeah, feel free to link it in the chat for everybody here that's live and is curious about that. Send it to one of our moderators named Chimpskey or Shirazaman, and we'll enlighten everyone. Oh, I already did that. Sorry if I'm reading backwards. Good times. Supposed to be getting a whole lot of rain here again today. It was supposed to rain all night. It didn't. I'm kind of bitter about that stuff. I like the rain so much, but it's supposed to start any minute now, so hopefully it'll be a happy stream. Then my 49ers play later. I'm very excited for them to hopefully do awesome things. All right. This is kind of a bit awkward, really. I think we'll just presence, just to get our mana set up right. See what we draw. Hopefully it's like a Rancor. Okay, well that helps. I'll throw this on here. I'll get in for 1. Our Ancestral Mask will help out next turn. I've always been a fan of Vampiric Link. I like them on Crypt Rats and such. Obviously the 1/1 counter makes it a whole lot better with Unexpected Fangs, but for half the cost you get the benefit. And then if your thing doesn't show up, your Crypt Rat, whatever, like I said, you just use it as almost a black journey to nowhere. Very loose math there, I understand, but as long as your life is pretty good, you can. It's a tricky little card. You take the damage and then you gain it all back. So just make sure you have that damage first, because if you're at 3 and the thing attacks for 4 with that on it, it goes on the stack and you're dead. That's what I'm talking about. So this is the perfect time. Oh, I love this. Usually I bitch about our first round opponent because it seems like they're biased towards us and we have a bad draw and everything. This time we have an okay draw. Hopefully we just top deck a land here. But what I mean by that is we can, they're on kind of a life gaining thing and we've already got the kind of the answer here. This is nice. So security bypass, unlike Silhana, you just put it on your critter and turns a lot of your 1/1s relevant because we're not attacking with much here and it's always one thing. So we really don't want to see any Celestial Flares. I believe I'm just going, if we don't draw a land here, land? All right. I think I'm just going to mask for the life gain, and then we'll just try to go for the win with this next turn. So let's try that now while we've got a little, well, is that going to even, that's 2, 4, that'll be 6. Or do we go with the other thing? Hold on a minute here. Yeah, I think I want to put the mask on here. Throw this on here. 5/5. Let's get in there. Hopefully they don't have any tricks. Otherwise our whole plan's dead. We're feigning like we're trying to do a damage race here. We're not. Next turn. Tough one. I'd really like to get a land because we could potentially bypass and Phyresis if our land hits right, but I don't think it will. But the lifelink package is going to keep us there long enough. They're going to be a little concerned with just gaining life. It's a conundrum sometimes with this list. Sometimes you can just get there with the typical hexproof damage and they're none the wiser. Sometimes if you're losing game 1, it's probably best to keep Phyresis back. I really wish there was one more way of giving something Infect. I know there's Tainted Strike, but like I said, every time I saw it, I didn't want to see it. It was just one of those cards. This is a perfect scenario too where, like, let's say this was a Silhana Ledgewalker. Then it's got 2 blockers out and we just slowly die to life damage, right? But now we can put security bypass on this. It will get through. And then we'll drop Phyresis. So we're just going to do the bypass trick to buy us a turn with the lifelink here. I think they're under the impression that we're just, swapping life totals here. I hit for 5, gain 5. He hits for 7, gain 7, that sort of thing. I'm taking a whole lot of damage. Of course, right when I draw the blinds and start the show, I can hear the rain outside. Oh, man. Well, we did draw the land we need, but unfortunately it comes in play tap. Now our opponent's like, what on earth is this guy playing? Well, we'll start showing them a little bit here. Might as well keep this back. Oh, wait, cancel that. When you have this enchanted, it's really confusing. If you go down here, it just uses the Nylea's Presence sort of land here. So we'll put on security bypass, which will give us quite a bit more. So as long as it's attacking alone, it cannot be blocked. So we're feeling good about that. Go back up to 20, and this will be an 8/8 at the end of the turn. Maybe probably throw one of those communes in the yard. Actually, I think it has to be the thing that we draw, right? Oh, it then discards a card. All right, we can discard anything we want. It gets in. We gain some life. We see what we're going to get rid of. Oh, I'll get rid of a presence here. Sure. Keep our deck of mystery, and we'll drop another one of these dudes out. Boop. Keep in mind, they probably got a few galvanic blasts, so we're not out of the woods yet. But we do win next turn, and our opponent doesn't know that unless they sit back on prismatic strands. That would suck. Be a really good play for him, actually. So yeah, we're definitely not out of the woods here. Now, if they ever go and ban stuff like, ethereal armor and such, this might be the way to go with hexproof, but always like Phyresis. I was going to play the commercial today because we have a fake drug commercial called Phyresis with a ton of private jokes with the writing and stuff, but we just played it about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I didn't know I was going to invent this in the future, so here you go. But I'm glad we're going up against a pretty good deck here. We take that to the face. I'm really considering a block here, especially if he taps that mana. I don't want to see any prismatic math here. Oh, good. All right. Good. Easy decision. This is why when I brew Boros, a lot of times I like to play the tribe combo just in case, but you also have that last minute effort of just bloop, I'll just discard while I'm tapped out of prismatic strands. Sometimes it buys you a game or 3. Okay, so they're going all in, trying to win this life race they think is a life race, but it isn't because of the card we have. Hey, is Phyresis right for you? That's right. So I'll be blocking the Seeker here just to really preserve as much life total as possible. A lot of surprise value to some of these lists. We're not going to be attacking for 2 anyway because of security breach or security bypass. Pretty interesting little card. Oh, I've got a little bit of a challenge for everybody. I'm not sure if this is even going to go over well, if we get any submissions, but if you have an idea for a good Cypher list, the cards that have Cypher. I used to get my head bashed in with some of the things that Little Fight would play with Cypher. I was always blown away by how good he could make that work, and I was looking at it the other night going, man, that looks like there's something there. So this week, if you brew something you think you like with Cypher on it, send it to propaganda@gmail.com. I'll look over the things, and maybe we'll have a Cypher show next week or the next week, but I'm seeing, I think there's something that doesn't have to be blue either. Blue looks to be the best, but there's one that loses life, and it's pretty nasty. I was thinking of running a little mini Cypher engine on this too, but all right, well, we'll just go win the game now. Put Phyresis on this, and with the Ancestral Mask backup, we'll come in for a perfect 10 Infect. Bloop! Sucker! All right. Now the cat's out of the bag, though. So gaining life helped. Soulsfire is going to be pretty good here, especially if he's got, meaning prismatic strands. Not quite sure what I want to lose here. Security Bypass is one of those cards you look at and you go, oh, I'll take that. It's like often almost never take it out. It's pretty rare. Mesmeric could potentially grab some mass removal here, but again, Security Bypass slowly adds counters. As long as I don't really overextend, I think I might be all right. I don't think I want to play the archers here. I think I'll bring in a Fiend or two. They're so delicate. I don't think that's the call. Maybe one last link. They do have flyers. Our Ledgewalkers aren't going to be that great, but we do only have 12 creatures, so I don't want to really mess with that. And there's not going to be much blocking going on here, so Rancor is not as powerful as it normally seems to be. But I'm going to lose one mask here. It seems a little counterproductive, but it's more of our kill spell. Try to keep the curve nice. No, you know what? I'm putting that back in. Let's lose one Rancor. I just want to keep the defensive stats of my creatures as high as possible. Consider a Gnarlid there. Maybe they're going to lose a lot of their 1-for-1 removal, but that's what I say. Pauper player. Or wait. Pauper paper player. I'm sorry. Yeah, I will never stop brewing with Infect because of that. This is a real bad hand with Clunky. I mean, that's why I've always loved it. It like you said, it just breaks so many rules. So we have just a very traditional hand here. I'm really tempted to get rid of this, but want to keep both my critters. Want to keep Rancor. Got to get rid of the link. Maybe we'll find it later. I regret it. We don't have the mana for it now, but Karuni, who's late? I'm late. Hey man, you're on time. It's a stream after all. Everybody's late that sees it on YouTube. That's true. Oh, thank you for that, Pauper Tim. I love how you inspire creativity. Just a thought deck list I'm surprised no one has done. Oh, I'm sure somebody's tried a few, but I was like, I'm going to try to go all in with Phyresis and see if, because you all know me. I love Infect so much. I'm always trying to make it work. And, as the years and months, or I should reverse that, as the months and years go by, it's get harder and harder to have creature-based strategies if you don't, just assume they're dying, like with Black Sack, or, kind of go wide strategies or Hexproof. And I was like, well, instead of trying to, keep my Infect creatures alive with like 90% of my resources, what if the creature just was alive and then I could just boost the hell out of it? And then I, thought of this. So here we go. Brewing is infectious. It's an infectious show, I say. Yeah, I probably have about, over the course of a year, what would you say, Shiraz? 4 or 5 shows based on Infect. I mean, 2 of them are always like the white Infect. I'm always, about every 6 months, I'll play that, dust that off, and see what's going on. All right, we're just walking into a... Do people even play Electrickery anymore? I'll bite for now. Just because if we top deck a land, the mask is valid. We're color hose, but we don't really care too much here. Is this an Electrickery? What year is this? Okay. Well, we lose a Rancor. That sucks. Knew our opponent was up to some shenanigans, being that we, they just didn't do anything that turn, but it's fine. 1 for 1. Oh, no, it wasn't. 1 for 2. Yeah, I would definitely play that too. But you never know. Maybe this list has problems against Fae, and so you want that instant trick. Oh, man, I can hear the rain. I'm so bummed out. Like, the second I hit go live, the rain starts. Like, what a cruel world. And then I've got my 5-color Infect that's very fast and uses a lot of tricks to get stuff out. But, okay, well, we've got that. Now we're really clunked. All right, let's go. Attacko. Already seen one of those. I've got one more Ledgewalker back. I'm gonna risk that he doesn't have the other Electrickery. I'd rather favor the Silhana here. We've got another one back. Fine. It's actually fine with me. We've got a slow start. It seems like they do. It seems like maybe we've made them use their whole sideboard now. It's all right. We got another one. That's the best one. I mean, it's a little dampered down because of Skyfisher and Glinthawks, and that's what Security Breach is for, though. Okay. And, you know, there might be some matchups too where you just, if it's not white based, I would take out Phyresis altogether, kind of a rope-a-dope, you know. But there's a lot of burn in the format. Golgotha burn is a thing. And, you know, like traditional burn, like if I'm playing Brute Squad, I can beat it no problem. Golgotha red's a whole nother story because it's a lot like Brute Squad in that it just keeps refilling its hand. So it's come a long way. Here we go. So I get a little wanton or reckless when I have a lot of hexproof critters. I'm just like kind of like throw them down. What? But now we got to play a little safer. Time for yearly flood. Yeah, we've had a ton of flood stuff here too. It'd be funny to come out with a card, not funny, just interesting, that says if you would reveal a card, you may choose to not reveal it instead, so that Delver of Secrets was really secretive, or Experimental Synthesizer was truly like behind closed doors in a lab. What am I talking about? I don't know. Thinking too much. Guy stole my haircut. All right. Speaking of 80s movies, you know, sometimes on Netflix, I'll, for nostalgia's sake, just put something on in the background, start brewing and stuff. And there's just such a trope with 80s movies where they just, if you watch any of them, it's just all of the credits for the first 10 minutes and they play like an entire song. So you can just be like, fast forward, like 5 minutes, and then the actual things that matter start to show up. Just ridiculous. Okay. Well, shall we infect right away? And then go in with the mask? Let's do the mask math while we can here. It's not going to do anything. Actually, you know, it's always the opposite of what I want to do. For 1 damage, that's probably not that relevant, whereas if we don't top deck another land, we're going to have to tap to drop Phyresis, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. But if he taps out, we'll just cross that bridge when we see it. Seeker of the Wig. Yeah, some little snap-on ponytail. If I ever go to a con, maybe I'll dress up as Seeker of the Way or Delver of Secrets before he experiments. People that don't know me well will be like, boy, that guy really committed. Shaved his head. Bye-bye, mask. Oh, yeah, that card. Dang it. One of the other drawbacks of this list, you can win a lot of game ones, but hexproof, you know, very steadfast in the environment of Pauper. Nothing new. And so people come prepared. And Dawnbringer Cleric's quite the preparation, especially if they can start blinking it. What is this new devilry? Oh, he's got that new, not new, Foundry Helix or whatever it is. Yeah. Why did I know that? I've looked at that card like twice. When I saw that card, I really liked it, but I was trying to fit it into my lists, and I just couldn't quite find a home for it. Yeah, with Valid Seekers on the board, we've really got to hone our Phyresis plan here. So if we draw dead again, I think we really focus on the Phyresis plan, just because it might be our only out with this life gain across from us. That helps a bit. I'm just going to try to drop this in now. Maybe it'll survive. Maybe it won't. So yeah, Tainted Strike and Phyresis sometimes, one time I was going, Thursday night, I was going at somebody for like, I don't know, 10 damage or something. They were like at 13. I had Phyresis or something. It wasn't enough. It was like 9 damage. And I was going to die the next turn. So that was when I was playing with Tainted Strike, but I also had Phyresis in my hand, and you can always enchant their thing, and then they do, you know, that much damage to you and with Infect, and it still gets there. So, okay, I think we're going to lose this one. Yeah, we're definitely losing this one. In fact, I'll just kill it here. There's no way out of this one now. Concede. Let's see what we would have drawn, though. Okay, that would have drawn us another card. Not that impressive. Would have been a 3/3. Alrighty. Well, there's an L. I didn't see too much direct damage, did we? Yeah, Mesmeric Fiends are going to be really dead against an trickery-based setup. Wonder if they took out a lot of their removal. Last thing I want to do is be losing enchantment, so I think we're just going to roll it back here, guys. Let's do a little superstitious shuffle. Make things look nice and symmetrically pretty. Woohoo! Soul's Fire, not so much. I guess we could use this and zap a... what do you call? Oh, Fist of the Ironwood was another one I was thinking about. The Stessian enchantment for trample. That was all before I started thinking, like, maybe I don't even want to play Rancor because I've got, you know, unblockability. That's the better evasion path, but it's pretty hard to beat that enchantment. Okay, clunky, but I like it because we're going to draw 2 cards and our mana's right. So we'll keep this. Risky keep, but whatever. I think I'm going to just Abundant Growth straight out of the gates because we've got enough free plays up until the Darkmoss Bridge. Got that coffee steam nose. Sorry about this. Yeah. Here we go. Hopefully I don't have any tissue stuck on my face. I need a little mirror right here. Make sure I'm not looking like some Gary Busey coke abuser of the 80s here. All right, let's go. Boom. Boom, boom. Hard to beat this drop. That's enough lands for the day, please. Shall be good. There's also the this is the one that's often used in the tribal lists. There's also there's another one that does the exact same thing. Yeah, Pray to the Gods is like, you know, creature number 5, 6, and 7. So we see it out. We're gonna take it. I'll just drop this down, throw this on here, feign aggro. Go from there. They just drop land pass. We'll know that we're probably going to lose our dude. Cool. All right. Might give us a little opening here. Be really nice to top deck a... Uh-oh. Okay. Well, Rancor's not that good of a target for that. And now he's gone forever. Yay. What to do, what to do. All right, let's do this. I'm going to drop here. We'll throw this on this. Say okay. Phyresis shows up. Yay. Then why are you attacking? Well, we don't have evasion yet, so maybe we'll get him scared. Quadratic Hawk. Are you going to play in the Pauper Challenge tomorrow? No, Rakdos Madness. It's been quite a few. Gosh, probably been a year since I've entered a challenge. And I keep wanting to play a league, and then I don't know if it's an age thing or not. That drive to compete is just absent. I just have so much fun doing what I do, and it scratches the itch. That's what I'm trying to say. And so sometimes, I don't know if it's a burnout thing or not. I rarely get burned out of Pauper, but the tournament, like, you know, I've got all these tickets saved up and enter stuff, but yeah, honestly, I probably will start again once football here in the United States, American football, is over with. Well, we've got creature back up. Hey, do we get him with just Infect? I think we do. Black boom bing. Gosh, I wish we had the whatchamacallit here. It's like doing 6 with the other one. Let's go. I'll keep our Ledgewalker back. We already know they've shown us Electrickery here, so. But if I did, I'd play that Ninja deck from last week, which I changed 2 cards in. I lost 1 Ginger Brute and 1 of the 3/2 ninjas for 2 of the Mistblades, the little 1 ninjutsu that bounces stuff. Really shored up my matchups that were bad. It's vicious now, especially when you give a... it's like having a waterfront bouncer with haste on with flying. Well, no, it's even better than that. It's like having a Mistblade Shinobi with flying, which is what it is. And so, like, yeah, it's so fun. Like, I'll attack with Ornithopter. If you follow us on social media with our YouTube community page, I took a snap grab. There's so many hands I'm having now where I'm just like, I've got 3 flyers on turn 1. It's like, take that. This is Pauper. Okay. We're getting really flooded here. Well, this is either Electrickery or, what do you call it? Prismatic Strands. Either one's bad. Looks like Electrickery. Okay. We're out of that. Bloop. Oops, see, helps to have a creature. Let's do that first. And we'll go here. Boop. So I probably need like a... I hate to say it, like a mutagenic effect or something to just kind of wiggle out of those things. There's so many +1/1 counter effects that might be valid. I mean, Security Breach is really nice for that, but... So now there's only 3 chances in 47 that we're going to be able to infect them, so... this isn't looking good. Opponent's playing patient. We don't really have them on that much of a clock. We did when we had Infect out, but I really needed a top deck and answer to boost the defensive stats of our critter there. Neat! Ninja! Yeah, way too many lands right now. Oh, great. Now they got the blocker for the block. Okay, let's go. Back goes the synth. Be funny if they had a little record scratch, a sound effect when you return it, like little 80s style. Ooh, caffeine dose number 2. Obviously, if we had like a Tainted Strike here, I would get him to 7. Nice little surprise move. Okay. Getting whittled down. The only good thing that happened this game is that they exiled a Dawnbringer. This is a land our deck hates us. Cool. We'll get that in. Get around an Electrickery style effect. I'm going to keep 2 lands out, or back, and just make them think we've got some sort of answer. There's a lot of ways to protect infected critters. There's, I think it's, I forget what the name of the charm is. Is it the Seedling Charm? I don't think that's it. But there's 3 options. One's like regenerate a beast, which actually regenerates the Bogle, which is a beast. So there's that angle. But the best is, you know, you can put, I think, a 1/1 counter on or a 1/1 creature token out to get away from edict effects. There's a lot of neat little tricks out there, but they all border a little too cute on the cutesy side. And those perfect little moments when you can be like, oh, aha, you know, to the other person's aha. But in the end, it's usually better to just have it. That's the one. Thank you, Chimpskey. Yeah, I really want to have the aha card here. Because, you know, they're just packing that Electrickery with a move like that instead of taking out one of our... Oh, maybe not. Maybe they just messed up and forgot Rancor comes back. There's a few Rancor-style effects in other colors. None of them obviously are as good, but there's quite a few of those. Very fun. We played one last week, the ninjutsu mechanic. That's neat when it just comes right back out and goes right on there. Good times. Yeah, we're at 20, but it feels like this game's just over. I think you guys are all sharing in that sediment. Sediment? We're putting things in the earth. We're putting our feelings in the earth. Putting sediment on top of it. And because of that, I made sure that we are running our Abundant Growth fake commercial today. That's based on, like, you know, just these soil companies that, you know, promise to make your plants grow better and stuff. If you haven't seen it, it's on our commercial playlist. Or just wait a few minutes and we'll be playing it here at one of our breaks. Courtesy of the voiceover artist JT McDoherty. My old theater friends, has an amazing voice. This is long and drawn out. And of course, you know, I thought about playing like Blighted Agent, maybe the black 1/1 flyer, but then it just turns on the opponent's removal and just, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. I don't want to go all in. That's why I was running a list with 3 Gnarlids main, and I really, obviously when it works, it's awesome. Sometimes the Gnarlid had such a big backside, it didn't, outside of a Journey to Nowhere style effect or cast down, it, you know, if it was red based damage, it just didn't work. And the cool effect of that is that, you know, it can't be blocked. There's also Wandering Wolf, which a lot of people have long forgotten about. It was never played in Pauper, but I remember thinking back when it came out, it was like, man, you get some Pit Sulk, Wandering Wolf, Aura Gnarlid. That's a pretty nasty little good luck blocking us sort of team if you went all in on kind of a green style move with some tricks to keep them alive. Maybe we'll play that next week. Just kidding. Maybe I'm not. All right, Mr. Electrickery, sit back. Well, good news is we've got plenty of breathing room with the damage we're taking. But we all know that's going to end quickly. We're probably going to go down in a flurry, 12 damage with 3 galvanic blasts, right? I'm just happy we won a game. Down goes our other Rancor. They're kind of all in on that plan, aren't they? Security breach, please. That'd be so good because we couldn't be blocked, and then it would be a 2-2 permanently, and then a 3-3, then a 4-4. You get the idea. I'm going to play this just because we haven't played a land in a while, and I want them to think that, you know, when I get a land, I play it so that we're holding all gas here. I don't know why with this mana base we would choose to wait when they're tapped out, though. It's kind of a bit of a showing of our hand with a 2-7 against poker players. Offsuit, even worse. Yeah, we played a Yavimaya Enchantress list about 9 months back. That was a lot of fun. But anything blocks her. You all know me with evasion. I just got to have it. This is the writing on the wall here, especially if they keep untapped here. This game's just over. With access to every color, we can go pretty wide with our search to keep things alive versus electricity effects, but it'd be nice to just top deck a mask here. We're already seeing quite a bit of hate, a couple of Dawnbringers, 2 revokes. In this style, it's also fun when you can also run, you can also run Moment's Peace because, for obvious reasons, Moment's Peace is a good card, but even better is that you can, when you commune with the gods, it shoves everything in your graveyard, so it's kind of like Prismatic Strands. It's a little bit worse than Prismatic Strands because you can't cast it for free stuff. Oh, come on, list. Draw land, draw land, draw land. 2, 4, 6, 8, probably 9. Yeah, we're in Deadsville. Bloop. All right, let's just go to the second game. Like I said, we're not recommending, oops, we'll just say create. You take this to attorney or anything, but I've just been having a lot of fun with the theory of this list, right? We're trying to make Infect not be able to be killed, but it helps when we don't just draw lands here. So security bypass would have been a really great top deck there. Like I said, in theory, when I looked at this list the first few times I played it, I was like, oh, I'll lose one of the, and then I kept going like, oh, that would have won me the game. So it's kind of the little sleeper MVP of the deck list. Yeah, we want to play first. We've got a creature, we've got everything, so we'll keep this. Be nice if we drew security bypass. I mean, Rancor's good at that too. No quitters, please. That's what I say. All right, we'll just lead off with a scout. See if we can get the aggro plan going here early. Watch, it's all swamp innocent blood. Explain yourself, Chimpskey, with Cipher and Heroic. I'm not quite sure I follow you on that. Okay, it looks like we're going to need our archers and gut shot. It's such a brutal first turn, Fairy Seers, man. God. Oh, I got a 1/1 flyer with evasion, and I'm going to cheat for 2 turns. We can't do much of anything here. Well, I'm considering just casting Bridge, casting Forest under there, but our mana's right already. I'm just gonna play basic while we've got a Spellstutter Sprite out in the growth here. Okay. Getting flooded again. It's frustrating. All right, we'll stay back. Gonna have a nice little window of opening if he turns that into a ninja. Make sure you've got your cards set to 0 whenever you look for stuff. I've made that mistake a lot of times, but yeah, I think Cypher's mostly a Dimir mechanic. And honestly, the list I was running last week could probably benefit from something like that. Ninjas, ninjas all day long. You can tap the Agent of Fates. interesting. And Chimpskey, yeah, Cypher's one of those ones that you kind of do that little, like, you know, read it again sort of thing. Like I said, Little Fight, our old co-host here, he had a few good brews with that, and man, when it got you, it really got you. It's over pretty quick. I'm considering we don't really need extra critters against this. I guess we'll drop Mask here. All right, I'm just going to attack, try to keep down the fairy numbers here and encourage another ninja because we all know I want to drop Phyresis. And drop the Ledgewalker and just trade if we need to, but it's not getting too much value out of that right now. Whoa, man, Wavecrash Titan? Or Triton? That would be... Talk about... Yeah, because I think both those blue ciphers are kind of those tap abilities, like, you know, the Ice Queen style thing where they just stay stuck in stasis, a little icy manipulator for you old schoolers out there. I haven't tried it. The Benefic Giant, I think, has hexproof or something like that. I was thinking of running something like that. Okay, so let's hope that they bite on... I think I'm just going to play Silhana and hope a Sprite shows up. This might scare him, like, oh, what colors is he running here? Come on, Sprite. Whoa, thank you, Captain Vlad Tepes. I love... Please be counter happy. Please. Oh, man, you're thinking twice. Maybe literally. Bummer. All right, I guess it's just Damage Town for us. This is when this deck sucks, I'll be honest with you. It's like, well, do we just keep doing damage or do we try to make the Infect work? That's when it's really clunky. Is there an updated deck list for last week's Ninja deck? Feel free to send me an email, pauperganda@gmail.com, and I'll send you one. But all I did was I took out one Ginger Brute and one of the 3/2 Moonblades, and I put in 2 Mistblades, which are the 1 blue ninjutsu bounce a creature. Because my goodness, when those things have flying, even against heroic and stuff, it's like return it, return it, return it, just every turn. It's so brutal. And then if anything slips out of it, you tap it down with the Moonfolk, and y'all saw it. It's I kind of get bored playing that list because, man, it wins a lot. That's why I said I got to throw that thing into a damn either a challenge or a league. Probably start with a league, obviously. We're not going to be getting in, and I don't want them to draw some more cards, so I think I'm just going to block here. Surprise, sucker. Alrighty. Now we'll really confuse them. You know, it's probably worth it, even if this doesn't work. Even if this doesn't work, it's fine. If it does work, it's going to be kind of confusing. Counters it. It's better than other spells, right? Probably should have waited till I had something behind that, especially if this is a Sprite. We already did that whole, like, oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I'll come on in. Not much that can hurt us here. We're at least going to get rid of a fairy. Holding these lands back is proving wise. We so need our security breach or whatever that card's called. I've been releasing a lot of my deck list notes from about 2 years ago. The cards, I mean, Brute Squad, 8 Rat so far, and I was really surprised. I just found them in my little note collections, and I was really tickled. So many of you were just like, whoa, like, you know, it really made my day. It's not edited or anything. It's just stream of thought. Like, here's first one, copy paste, boom. Here's the notes on it. This sucks. This is good. You know, even the woes, like sometimes I'll be high as a kite one week and then it loses. And yeah, we did the Pride Mage show a while back. That was good times. Oh, come on, list. Let's go. Can we run them out of creatures? Probably not. The second I take one land out of this 18, we will be stuck at 2 mana looking at Ancestral Mask or maybe even just 1 mana. Okay. Oh yeah, the Pledge Mage with... see what I mean? You get it to the hive mind here, and sometimes I get a little too selfish with my thoughts. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let the community think this one over, and there you guys go. That probably would have taken me 2 weeks to remember about Quandrix Pride Mage with the Cypher Trigger. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, Cypher can be brutal. It's a neat little conundrum. Opponents obviously got the advantage of card advantage, especially when we're looking at 3 lands here, but using their snaps in a defensive state. Oh man, do we just go for it or do we wait? That is such a must block. I'm going to wait on that. It's been a while since we played a land, so I'm going to play one to just keep up that ruse. We're at 14. Feeling all right. So I want to drop like another Ancestral Mask or like I'd really like to top deck a Rancor, see a Sprite come out, and then I can security bypass and just hopefully win 2 swings. Another snap. Cool. Well, we know what they're going to take out. Sideboard. Maybe we do bring in our Aura Gnarlid. Too much work today. Oh, Karuni. Nice to have. Thanks for dropping by anyway, man. Catch the rest on YouTube. No problem. I can pass the bolt test as long as you throw a few mutagenics in your life. Okay, well, it's nice to know the security bypass would have gone down in wreckage. Boy, they're for as many lands as we're drawing, their Delver is not giving up many secrets. Oh, better write that down. EOT Sprite either suggests Ninja or another Sprite in hand. This is when I wish I had just the old school green spell Sandstorm. Can't wait for games 2 and hopefully 3 if we can get there with our Scattershot Archers. They might take out their snaps and it might be relevant. Alrighty. Let's throw this on there just for the damage, right? Making sure we still have blue mana. This is just for the extra oomph. Do we just go for the win here? I don't know, guys. Probably an insta out. Maybe they're just planning on the blockers. Probably not. Yep, down it goes. Security bypass. Beep, 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 beep. That's what it sounds like. Breakfast with family always comes first. Mtmentat. Yeah, we had an early win against Boros aggro, and then we just drew all lands, which was very similar to what's happening right now. It's the constant conundrum. Go from 17 to 18 for consistency, and then just get punished for it for 2 games now. But hopefully it'll all work out by the end of the show. Aura-FECTION. Yeah, I was tired of infection creatures dying, so I was trying to make Phyresis work. Done a commercial about it after all. Why not? We needed another security bypass or a Rancor. Security bypass preferred. That's pretty good. I'll try it. Again, keeping 2 back kind of suggests that we've got other things that are better for countering. Commune with the Gods is such a good card in this list. It's like the 2 things you want. Which one do you want? I guess we'll grab Rancor. Okay. See if this works. Bloop. We're just throwing that extra Phyresis on there for the benefit of the mask. Hard counter. All right. Delver flips. We're going to be in big trouble. See if I waited one turn. Well, who knows? No, they would have still had it. They would have just countered there. Trying to keep their Fae numbers down. Brewfest with the community. Yeah. Good times. Oh, Mtmentat. We're throwing out a Cypher challenge for next week. If you've got a good Cypher list using any of the cards with the Cypher mechanic, send them to paupergan@gmail.com. I'll look them over, and it might take a week or two, but we'll try to make a Cypher-based show. I think that's a very powerful mechanic that hasn't really been looked at ever. I'm sure when it came out, there was one or two people that tried it, but scroll up in the chat and you'll see some really good ideas already. That would take a single brewer a couple of days or weeks to come up with. So the old hive mind, right? That's what we're all about. Boy, I kind of want Eggdog to win here. Our opponent, that poor Delver. He's like such a turncoat. He's been on our side the whole game. He's just like, hey, boss, you want me to tell you the secrets? It's like, get out of here. You're not on the payroll anymore. You know all about your secrets. All right, we're going to keep this dude back. I'm going to leave that mask just for extra kapow, like, you got to counter this, even though, on the surface, all you have to do is block it. All right, now this is when the Delver flips. Both of them watch. Bloop, and we just take 7 in the air. This is just going to be perfect online. Oh, I was almost hoping for it. I was like, put us out of our misery. What do we got here? Yeah, we need security bypass or Rancor. I'm telling you, I know this looks janky, but this is so good in this list. If it's attacking alone, it can't be blocked, and then it connives. It's so brutal. All right, look at this. One card in their hand. They didn't want to reveal it, so it suggests it's not that good. Well, we'll put a presence on, I guess, the settlement. We'll try to grow some stuff in this sandy, looking like Burning Man desert. I like that Azorius theme to the skyline. I guess all skylines have that, really. Okay. Thanks, deck. Good Lord, it's like we're playing 24 lands. We're only playing 18. I don't want them to be able to cycle through their lands that they're drawing, so I'm going to stay back. I just really need to draw an answer here. We're dead to any sorcery here, though. What a landlord. What is the deal? Is he just playing all creatures and lands? I know the feeling. Well said, Captain Vlad Tepes. All right. One more card. What do you got? What do you got? Yeah, you got to start getting those numbers down. Come on, don't have a spell. Hopefully they have like a spell snare at this stage, right? So improbable that, oh my god, at least it's not a land. No sense in it. They're just going to block, so I just got to hope that those Delvers don't flip for like the 5th time. This is just, it's got to flip. All right, they got us there. Concede. Let's see what we were going to draw here. Again, we're not taking this, all right, too seriously. We got all kinds of goodness here. We're going to bring in all of the gut shots and the scatter shots. Take out the Vampiric Links. Phyresis is interesting. Maybe we don't even go there, though. Maybe we just try for damage. Causes serious damage. We got to lose 4 cards. I think maybe we lose the Phyresis plan altogether and we just try to smash face this time. And Delver is extremely secretive, for sure. Trying to think which is the better play here. Could always argue Rancor, but we could bait it now with this. Yeah, let's just go old school. We're going to drop these in. We saw some snaps. I'm wondering, obviously with Spell Stutter, that's a nice little combo, but we're going to lose our Infection plan and just go kind of all in with Hatred and being able to just, hopefully, it'd be really nice to have one of these. I'm going to bring in one of these for a Rancor. We're not going to be doing too much blocking and might be able to get us out of the math of some of the matchups here. We are gut-shotting after all. All right, let's go. Yes. All right, I like this. We'll keep. Silhana's very lackluster in this matchup. I mean that everything flies, so her awesome ability isn't that great. We've even done a commercial on this. It was a window washing company for Ravnica. She's up on the ledges. Hey, put some spray and towel in her hand and get to work, right? Woo! Here we go. Security bypass is going to make Silhana feel like a true Silhana. It's always tempting. Do you zap it now or do you wait, you know? I think we zap now. We could just top deck a Scattershot. That'd be pretty nice. A little bit of it, for sure. Zap. Love me some Gut Shot. I have 8 of those in real life because my sideboards are always filled up. I think we'll wait on the settlement. Bring out Ledgewalker. I'll probably just bypass it straight away. Hopefully they're not running curfew. Very possible though. Can attack that first turn anyway because of the Faerie across from us. We can drop that settlement, use the Silhana on itself, and then also bait the tempo of the play, meaning that, you know, get that ninja play out so we have a wide open room to just drop the mask on the 4th turn here. Washing them windows, Silhana Ledgewalkers. Hey, won't be blocked by Hive. Man, I'm just very thankful that somebody knows what I'm talking about. Well, now, a few more options, aren't there? Let's do this. Really don't want to see a Spell Pierce here. But we are drawing cards. That's good times. Change of pace. We'll throw this on here. Bloop. Didn't see that coming, did ya, Copper? Oh, don't have Spell Snare. No. Okay. It's gone. We would have had a 2-2 and then a 3-3, and then you get the idea. Got him nervous now. Come on, flip ninja, please. They did see it coming. Well, half of our deck are enchantments, so pretty good odds. If I made an Ancestral Mask, well, what would that really entail? I mean, the guy just going like this. I've got, yeah, I guess technically the answer to that is correct. In fact, the quote of my card here, Terry Pratchett, he has one of my very best masks I ever made. I gave to him when I met him. The only time I ever met him. But it was based on like a kind of an antiquity look. So I guess that would get a little close. We're just looking for a hard counter here. I don't want to run into a spell stutter, but whatever. Oh, it worked. Cool. I guess they're just on sprites. That Rancor is going to be very important here. It's a little more streamlined, this one, where we're just like, okay, we know what we got to do. We've just got to life damage. This ain't no infect tricks or anything like that, right? They're going to try to race us here. Be really nice to top deck the Vampiric Link, and then we could just Rancor Presence go. Again, if you're wondering why I'm running Nyla's Presence, it's just for the card draw and because of our land base and the reach that we're trying to attain with our colors. Don't really want to rely on Utopia Sprawl. Can be a dead card every once in a great while. Let's see if we draw something better. Come on. Yes. Thank God. All right. Thank you, list. Thank you so much. It's nice when it works. Security bypass. Deep, boop, 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 boop. Get past all flying creatures. Silhana has access to life total. Bloop. Cool. Ha. What are we going to do? I say we run it back. Hi from Italy, says Folk in 1978. Hi from LA. Very cool. Good to hear from you. Let's try this again. It's the coolest thing about streaming is just I always feel like all of you are just right down the street or something, and it's just from all over the world and blows my mind. Okay, I kind of like. I mean, I don't like this hand but we do have 3 options in the 1-drop. We've been getting flooded, so we all know what this means, right? We're not going to draw another land for like 6 turns, but we're going to keep it because, like I said, we're just playing for fun here, seeing where this idea can go. Maybe somebody will be like, hexproof Infect. I've got a better idea, and then we'll find things out. Hopefully they took out their snaps. Otherwise, come on, land. Let's go. Scattershot. When Stompy was first bringing Brood, I remember I brought this up a few weeks back, but it was all about Hidden Spider back then, and Scattershot was right there. It just took a couple of, 5-6 challenges, and it's like, I think this card's a little bit better. Oh, maybe they just had like 2 more of these. No ninja. Who knows? I need some more coffee. We're going to check out some mass removal in Sideboards Explored. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back with this strange creation right after this.
Welcome to Sideboards Explored, Mass Removal. Crypt Rat's capability to kill everything on the board is awesome. Make sure to master the multiple activation tricks to get rid of pesky undying critters in one swoop, or try triggering for 0 damage versus impatient adversaries. Krark Clan Shaman is the man for removal if you're playing a lot of disposable artifacts. Entering for 1 mana is huge when facing off against an overzealous opponent. Suffocating Fumes demands respect in Pauper. Since it doesn't actually do damage, it's almost impossible to prevent. On top of that, it even cycles. Martyr of Ashes is often forgotten in red decks and sideboards. While it often doesn't activate for more than 2 or 3 damage, if designed around, this card can be an unexpected and absolute backbreaker. Evankar's Justice is the only repeatable mass removal option in Pauper. Since most Pauper creatures are often at or under 2 toughness, this shines early and is devastating once its buyback cost is payable. Fiery Cannonade is the best instant mass removal spell in the game of Pauper. Be careful, however, as this can also eliminate your own creatures if they're not of the pirate persuasion. Fade Away is tricky to pull off, but in the right list and at the right time, it gives blue access to something that it shouldn't have: mass removal. Finally is a card that will surprise many of you, and it is the only card to be featured in 2 categories: Prismatic Strands. If you have access to white mana, you should be running this. It can often act as 2 Wrath of God effects if you optimize your white blockers in combat.
Whether you choose land or creatures, soil matters. Our Abundant Growth line of products models the mixture of common soil, causing a groundswell of nutrients to attain giant growth. From our fungus fertilizers to our saproling spray, you can take the guesswork out of your next colony garden. Other products leave you only harsh sustenance compared to our superior brews. Abundant Growth, a reviving dose to whatever target you choose. Available at Fallon's Upkeep.
And we're back. Make sure we're looking and sounding good here. All right. Maybe not looking good. Oh, I can hear the rain. I'm excited. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I didn't put Breath Weapon in there because it's literally just the same thing. Oh, here comes the rain. Good times, good times. Keeping. Okay, I think because we have a Phyresis draw here and a little bit of evasion, I might slow roll this and lead off with the bridge to the Ledgewalker. We'll see. Yeah, I have to update that about once a year. Throw stuff in there. Let's keep them guessing. We'll just get our mana right. Just walk right into a security breach mask and then just be done with it, right? Jungle Hollow. This portents edicts. Yo. Okay. Want to really confuse them? Try this. All right. Show me an edict. Otherwise, I'll just scout next turn and go from there. Pauper Tim. Yeah, I think all of us have a breath weapon when we first wake up in the morning. Hey, they're playing with Commune too. I wonder if the gods like us more than them. What is this? Tortured Existence. Oh, is this that list everybody was talking about? We shall see. I don't see. Oh yeah, I do see a stinkweed imp. Well, regardless, we want to start infecting now. Gonna have to Souls Fire here. They've got does this list have the Spore Frog in it? Just wondering what the maybe they've not too likely to have an edict, but they probably have a flesh bag. Maybe I would assume something like that. Let's make them really worry. Maybe we'll top deck a mask or something. Let's go. Oh, hope he's all right, Pauper Tim. Hopefully it's not a serious surgery. Anybody got any intel on that new Tordex list? Does this look like it's copy paste? If you could give me any intel, I'd appreciate it. Oh, hey, we didn't see a. These are nice when they come out, but I'll just play it as is. Give me a mask. No, another critter. I'm just going to attack here because if he wants to kill our Bogle, he's going to have to sack the effect. Different list? All right, never mind then. Yeah, Basilisk Gate seems really in hand with that style. I knew you weren't going to kill it. Oh, man. We really need a security breach to get around that stinkweed imp. See how many times security breach is kind of the answer? And it keeps making a guy grow. Okay. Why it doesn't just bring back imp for a turn, but I don't know what his cards are, so. Good, tap out, so I don't walk right into something. Something horrible and filthy, says the Tortured Existence. Oh yeah, gotta write down what that is. Hey, we beat fairies. Those silver bullets, that's what sideboards are for, man. Kapow! Hey, look at this. Why not? I was just gonna say, why attack with both? We're just going to come on over with double Phyresis. This isn't going to last long. There's probably like one Crypt Rat in their hand already. We're so flooded on creatures. I'm just going to put another one out in case an Edict effect does show up. We're dead to Fume Spitters. I'm not Fume Spitters. What's the one I played the other day? The little bug dude gives -1/1 counters. Oh, what's that called? Flicker? Nope. What is that called? I played it in the Proliferate deck. It was my little tech from old days. 1 and a black, flicker something, and you remove a counter from it, and it does -1 to everybody. It's to everybody. I would have used that as a surprise myself and got rid of Silhana there, but oh, bummer, Pauper Tim. Dang. A penny. Withering Necromancer. Roar. Death Touch. Well, that'll get rid of some Infect dudes, won't it? Alright, looks like we're going to be throwing a bunch of stuff in front of his Angler there. Fester Creep, that's the one. Thank you, thank you. Well, when this eventually is able to slip through, we'll do this. Man, if we top deck a mask, it'd be so massive here. We'll be able to stay alive. I just need some oomph, you know. Tempted, like, do I shove in ethereal armor or keep it? You know, it just seemed like it was getting a little too greedy. I was trying to make it almost just a, I don't know, like a Simic style with just that little bit of black splash and then splash and white. I don't know. I mean, we do have Abundant Growth, Holdout Settlements, and the Nylea's Presence, but I think we just pass here. This is when they crawl back. We're just going to have to keep throwing scouts in front of his big old withering necromass or whatever that is. Is that what it is? It is. Pretty cool artwork there. A little homage to the Whirling Dervish here. I think that's what they were going for. Especially given the color mechanics there. I just thought it'd be interesting to run Night Soil and engines like this with lots of creatures. Hate how prohibitive that is, though. I think you have to remove 2 creatures. It's like, just make it 2 cards. It's just not good enough. Death Touch is a little irrelevant on a 5/5, I say. Most things are going to die that block it. It's like not giving an elephant trample. I used to run Night Soil in my hexproof list as an enchantment instant answer for edict effects. Very checkbox in the way too cutesy side of things. When it worked, you feel like a genius, but otherwise you're just like, nope. Come on, Ancestral Mask. Let's go. At least we'll gain some life here. That helps a little bit. Not really. That'll really help bring Angler down to size, though. We can gain 3 life with that. I think I want to use it defensively there. Can make one of these a 2/2 permanently. And then we'll get it back. Sure, I'll just roll like that. If they block, this result's the same, so I'm just going to attack with this one now. Yeah, it's kind of folly. He blocks with the amp, takes 1, and then he can bring it back at instant speed. Tough to make good plays against Tortured Existence unless you play against it a lot. I have my fair share of games, probably more than most, but talk about like Infect breaking the rules. Tortex does that so much where it's just like everything has flash. It's so powerful when it gets online and gets to, you know, it's not like we've done too much damage. And they're about halfway at 4 Infect here. Well, all right. So he's got a 1/1. Yeah, I think I'd rather... You know what? I think I'm going to pick on this dude. These guys are going to come back at instant speed. I'd rather just make this weak and keep stuff from not hitting the yard. I don't think we're winning this one. We get our dude back. His angler gets demoted. We'll throw out this. We really got to just top deck a mask here. Oops. A little clunky there. Probably should have put that on there. This is probably more valuable here. Since they're tapped out. I'm not sure what their effects are. We don't know where, like our security bypass or a mask. Security bypass would be no joke. Put them on a 2-turn clock. Maybe 1, depending on what we draw here. Don't see any Spore Frogs on the sideboard. A cool little list. I like the old school look of these this angler in this art frame. Greetings from Arbuzo, the Pauper's mother-in-law. Oh, is that where Pauper Geddon, I think it's called, takes place? I know one of these years I got to get out there. Just found out there's a big 1,000-player event in Arizona somewhere. Somebody sent me an email about, and then I asked for a follow-up, and I didn't hear anything. So, but I'd be more than happy to make that drive one of these months or years. It's not too far away from my abode. Humborg Repossession? What sort of devilry is this? Turn target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, gain 2 life. Spells kicked, return another one. Pretty great. A little redundant with Tortured Existence. I guess if you have flashbacks, it's not that big of a deal. Come on, give me a mask. Wow, that's some respect. A little bit too much if you ask me. It's like, come get it. Lands. Lands. I'm not going to play it. Let's make him think that I'm trying to trap him into something. Give us respect. Maybe we'll get some more this turn. I'm sure we're going to see 3 or 4 more creatures on the board, though. Oh, dude, just grab the Crypt Rats and end the game, eh? Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. There we go. All right. We can't get around a Crypt Rat, so we're scooping here. Crypt Rat recursion when all of our stuff has 1 toughness. Pretty hard to get around. We're going to bring in some Fiends. We're going to bring in some Macabres. And probably 1 Soulfire. I like the Gnarlid here too. They don't have much targeted removal. It's mostly block based, and this is going to get really huge. And if we put Infection on this, it's going to be good times. I think we could... We're not too worried about Vampiric Link here. They're not going to be killing us all that quickly. I'm always tempted to get rid of Rancor when we want to make room for some of these. There's not much blocking if our plan works, you know. Is that crazy? Good morning, Sebastian. I love Stronghold. That was such a cool set. I mean, we got the EOT gut shot, but I think we're bordering on overboarding. I'd rather lean on Macabre to just kind of frustrate. If Spore Frog shows up, we can Soul Fire. You know what? I think that's overkill. We've already got Macabre here. These will be pretty decent. I don't know. You think Mesmeric Fiend's worth it? We're not going to have fast mana. I think we would keep it at 1. I'll lose a Presence and 2 Rancors. Let's try this. And we'll put the bypass in between the forests, because that always works. Yeah, I've considered, you know, it is kind of a toolbox thing, so you could try that. I just kind of want to go all in with enchantments. I might run like a Journey instead, or I even thought of Obulete. Obviously, the double black's pretty bad there. Yeah, I want to play first. Okay, our big boy showed up. Not much else. This is a Caustic Caterpillar's playground, the way it sits here. I think we throw this back, guys. They've got like 30 creatures in their list. We're going to get them to like 18, and then if our deck doesn't agree with us, we're just going to stall out. This is the only reason I'm hesitating, but we're going to mulligan this. Don't ever ask me to say that word. All right, keep. Mana's right even without this, but I want this. I think I'm going to lean on Ledgewalker, obviously. Actually, we don't need to. We're going to lose Ledgewalker because we've got the Bogle early with Security Bypass, which does the same thing. So we'll get rid of Ledgewalker. Watch the just like Edict. Like, no. Bring out a Bogle quick. Maybe just get in there real nice and fast and snappy. We could probably Abundant Growth, the Holdout Settlement, Rancor 3, and then once he throws the Snake Man down, we should be all right. See, again, Security Bypass shows up, and I get excited. There's options. We'll make it look like all he needs is a blocker, and then we'll be screwed, which might be true. Hey, hello. Green here. Go like this. Boop. Maybe we can Mesmeric Fiend and then put Security Bypass on that. Keep it out of range of danger. But remember that we keep getting +1/1 counters, so we can get out of trouble quick with Crypt Rats here, as long as we throw that Bypass down quickly. Okay, said scenario has happened. I do believe if we didn't play a creature, they would probably block and not do anything, but I don't know their hand. Maybe they need the mana greatly. This is feeling really good now. All right, we're going to go blue, green, hype, boop. I wouldn't support a double black mana base in this. I'm only playing the Macabre for the secondary ability. Not the first. All right, we've got the security codes for Tortured Existence. They are 72986 subsection C. Oh, that sounds more like a lawyer speak. Sorry about that. Always yield. All right, well, let's get rid of something. I need the land. I don't need the creature. Yeah, it gets bigger. Where's our infection? Our glorious infection. Don't find the caterpillar. Don't find hate. Leave me alone. Just let me attack. Gonna drop that Mesmeric Fiend. Oh, 1 turn too late. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. But we might be able to get rid of a surprise EOT critter, or maybe we can find their silver bullet. Maybe they've got some devilry that we don't know. Ooh, that's a pretty land. I don't think I've ever seen this one. That's better from a distance. Like Matisse. Alrighty. Well, let's see what's in their hand, shall we? I love this card. I think it's really underplayed. Be nice if we had a way to kill it, right? Well, we don't want imps showing up, do we? This can bring stuff back, gain some life. Not really many good options here. He's got double stinkweed. I'm going to take a stinkweed, though, because we've got Faerie Macabre in our hand. So we'll do that. That way, if he EOTs it, I can eat it and then keep things honest. Discard a card. Oh, man. All right, I'll get rid of this. We really like Commune here. Go find a mask. Go find a lot of stuff. Alrighty. What's he got here? He's targeting the critter. Alright, so let's get rid of this and this. Turn off all those shenanigans. Bloop. No toys for you. Play Cosmic Charles quite often. I don't remember him being on Tortured Existence much. Maybe he got inspired by that list everybody was talking about. Damn it! Caterpillars. I was hoping I could nab that with Mesmeric Fiend. One turn too soon. Impatience gets the better of me again. Alright. Hindenburg Repossession looks pretty good now, don't it? Too bad it's a sorcery, though. 3 cards in hand. Played the land. Or 2 cards in hand. Yeah, we know what's in it. It's no big deal. Sorcery speed. Be damned. Alright, well, that's what we were going to look for, so we might as well just do it, right? Smack! Come over for the win. Maybe we go to game 3. Woohoo! Alright, let's see if we can turn this ship around here. Alrighty. Really be nice to have a 4th Macabre here. Will not lie. I think we're kind of boarded here. I'd really like to get the Gnarlid draw, get that going on. We still haven't seen a Spore Frog. Boy, Mesmeric Fiend felt good, didn't it? Felt better than a Rancor. I'm going to bring them both in. Let's go. I know it sounds crazy. I'm really thinking like Rancor's so good, but it's like it feels like kind of the thing I can move around a bit in this. These hands always look good because it's all the stuff you want. None of the lands. Mulligan. This is good. Not great, but good. Yeah, this is pretty good. We'll keep it. I got to put something back. We kind of have what we need. Man, we've got all our colors. What do I do with this? Do we throw back growth? I don't want to throw out Commune either. I guess we go Commune. Damn it. I hate doing that. Done. All good stuff. All right. We could just draw into a basic land here. So if we lead off with growth. No, neither way. Either of that doesn't make sense. Darn it. What's going on here? All right. Well, now this changes things, don't it? Let's lead off with this dude. We got the security codes early, folks. We cut out the back of the cereal box, mailed it in, and in 8 weeks, we got the codes. Woo! There it is. Oh, now we know they don't have Tortured Existence because that's like the #1. You just drop it just in case the opponent can mess with your stuff. Oh, wait. What was I talking about? I can't do that. This is still going to take a turn. I probably should have played the bridge there. Aura-FECTION. Okay, that's enough of those. We haven't really seen Crypt Rats yet. I'm going to play this just to throw it out there. I'll attack into this. I'll probably block sack, grab land. If he block trades, then we know they might have a little flood problem in their hand. Okay. Good. Maybe they had an abysmal gatekeeper. I don't know. I've seen stranger things. Personally, I would probably just keep it to Fleshbag Marauder. Some cards you look at and you're like, that's interesting. And then you come back to them and you're like, boy, did I miss something there. There's a whole play style with Black Sack and Marauders, and I always learned a lot playing those. Okay. Spore Frog is in the game. That sucks. We really should have kept Commune with the Gods. We could have gone and grabbed our Macabre as it sits now. Maybe that's not an option. Hey, thank you. Thank you. You know, I've appreciated your friendship over the years, Mr. Macabre. Or Mrs. You look more like a Mrs. to me. Hope I don't offend. But thank you for coming to my beck and call when I needed you most. Let's do this to this. We'll do this. And I think we'll pay our dues here. Get our lands all right. And start coming over with extra damage. We love the top deck gods. Yeah, when they're on our side. They're also known as top deck demons sometimes, right? Always yield. Oh, the mask shows up. We've got kind of everything we need. Oh, this is so frustrating. I guess I just don't need the counter that bad, do I? Oh, we don't get the counter. I want all this. It's too pretty. We can EOT the Macabre, the Spore Frog. God, I love Macabres. I just wish every color had access to something. It should have been a set is what I mean. What's this, Nevermore? Or what's this set called with the little crow on it? They should have given, like, one of each kind of spell. Like, this should have been blues, really. Like, 1 and 2 blue for a Fairy Rogue. And then black should have had something that, you know, does minus damage or something like that. All right, once that trips, we'll get both frogs out of the way here. So, Shadowmoor, that's the one. It's probably the place I'd like to live. Okay, well, let's get stuff big here, and then we'll go for the Infect 1-2. 5/5 can't be blocked. If you're gonna do a Spore Frog now, might be the time, or not. Yep, we're gonna connive. What are we discarding here? Another land. Sure. I'm not getting any of the counters. This sucks. Seems like a damp place. You sound like Monty Python, the Holy Grail. On second thought, let's not go to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. Engine is online. I just have tunnel vision for both those Spore Frogs. I want them to trip them, and then I want to grab both of them with the Macabre. And I got to do it very carefully. If he's got black access, he'll still be able to respond to it. So it's not looking good for us, even though we have a Macabre in hand. Yes, second thought, 'tis a silly place. I always like that line. They make such a big to-do, and they have this whole dance number, and then it's just like, yeah. And you know, at that moment of the movie, there's no plot. It's just over. They should have just gone to credits. That's what made me giggle so hard, especially as, you know, even as a kid, it was like I was always putting movies together and with friends and stuff. So we used to go out to like various places throughout the town and with a little camcorder, and the secret was if you recorded somebody and then stopped it, you'd get a break in the VHS tape. But if you press pause, then you could get underneath, and then they would jump over the camera, and you pause, and then you go back in the house and watch these little mini movies. And sometimes we'd have gold, very rarely, I should say. But when the mistakes happened, they were so funny. That was such a good time. We could bypass for both. We could infect. That'd be pretty nice, huh? Let's just infect now. Let's see how this works. Let's make them have to use the frog. Maybe they tap out EOT, and then I can grab both frogs and we kill them next turn. What's he targeting? The Wayfinder. Okay, you keep all the life you want. That's fine. Oh, no, it is the frog. Dang it. All right. It's going to just 1-2 us every time with the frogs. Okay. That sucks. Where's our soul's fire when we need it, right? Frustrating. Okay. All right. They got a lot of swamps. This isn't looking good. We don't care about the life gain. I'm on the Infect plan now. Come on, tap out. Okay. Alrighty. I will play that. I'm going to Commune right now. Phyresis. Nice to meet you. Well, maybe it's probably better than another critter. Boy, am I glad I didn't draw all that. I'll take the other Phyresis. Sure. See, the problem here, I'm going to attack. It's going to trip the frog. It's going to go get the frog immediately. It's going to be frustrating because, who knows, maybe they don't have more than one creature in their hand. I can get rid of one of them. I was really hoping to find another Macabre with that Commune there. Nicely said, Chimpskey. Take the Phyresis. Make you feel better in a few weeks. All right. I guess we can just force them to use it if we put Phyresis on this, right? Boop. Dual threats. Now this gets over with the trample. Double check. It looks like he's targeting the brown scale, but I fell for that last time. Game log. Spore Frog. Well, let's get rid of Spore Frog. Brown scale, I guess. Holy crap. It worked. I would have just... Maybe he doesn't have another creature in his hand, huh? Cool. Man, I'd love to have this be a Macabre right now and be like, zap! What are you going to do next turn, sucker? It does look very painful. Oh, if you go to the Mothership's page, they have about a 25-minute thing on the new Phyresia, whatever. They got me saying it now. The new set coming out that's all based on, like, you know, infections and stuff. Really well done. There's a very Dante's Inferno vibe to their explanation, but both the artist and the lady that made the Phyrexian language is the co-host, and they have a lot of passion. I was really impressed with that interview. Short and sweet too. It's just really good. Really recommend it. It's about a 25-minute watch. The first 15 is amazing. Like, even people that don't like Magic will like it. It really shows you how much lore and attention to detail and almost mythology that they put into the sets here. All right, get your damn Spore Frog back. Gain your little life. Spore Frog out. We've got 2 more Macabres. Looks like our opponent doesn't, or maybe they just didn't have the critter. Now they've got the critter. You know, they're holding brown scale here. Ah, that feels really good, doesn't it? All right, well, I guess we'll do this to here. Can't be blocked. Oh, this is game 3. We got plenty of time. Ah! Wah, wah, wah. I guess I'll target Frog and Elder, unfortunately. No. At least we get the critter. Okay. Well, at least we get the brown scale out of the equation, right? Got him worried now. All right, we've got a third for a reason. Let's commune right into it. That'd be a pretty sweet little play. They're at 0. We like that. They're hellbent. So they're going to trip it now. If they draw a land, we just win. We can't really rely on that, though. All right, Phyresis, we get it. The show's about you, all right? You can stop showing up now. Shieldred. Perfection is at hand. You have been freed from weakness and made complete. Yeah. Whoosh, whoosh. Come on, Froggy. Oh, he's got Umborg Repossession anyway. Being that that's a sorcery, though, man, it'd be so nice to have, you know what, right here. It looked like overkill, but in this scenario, that's a pretty good little sequence. Oh, guess he drew a land. He could have just done this. Cool. All right. Well, I beat TE. That was hard. I'll just go right in here and hopefully we get a few more of these things called W's. It's already doing better than I thought it would. This is how it's been playing all week. Really close games, and then I kind of can eke out the wins. Soulsfire might be a bit of an overextension here. I think a 4th Macabre would probably be better. But pretty cool little card against Tron and stuff like that. I dig it. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's all about this. I've often thought of like throwing a Pilgrim in here, so I've got another thing, but it's Commune usually gets there. I wish I had a few more flashback mechanics. Like I said, I almost went with the Moment's Peace style thing in the sideboard, but in the end, I'd rather just be gaining life against like a red aggro go wide list. And Vampiric Link is, you know, keeps you on par, and then it serves double duty against like anglers and such. You know, as long as you can, when you get in those scenarios where you swing, they swing, you swing, they swing, this can keep you in it. So it's a lot of card for one black. Well, not gonna lie. Lingering Death. Yeah, what was that one card? Was it Limb Duels something? There's one with Flash. Phyrexian, it's got this green ogre on it. I always read that one wrong, thinking I can throw it on my opponent's creature and it'll die like almost immediately. But it gives a creature, I think, +3/+1. Can't quite think. Oh man, I am not gonna lie, that visage is pretty scary. It's just like it's almost like what the Village Rites people look like when they get really close to you and the candlelight starts lighting up their face. All right. We are on the draw, and we can draw, and we can draw again if we hit our land. I'll keep this. We've got our stuff. We just need a creature. We've got ways to find it. We just need to hit one land, and we're off. We're off. We're off to see Deluxe, the wonderful Wizard of Pauper. Because that's all he seems to does. Watch the grammar, kids. Sorry, parents out there. All right. Come on, give me land. Let's go. I'll take it. It's slow, but necessary. Come on, Tron. I'm so nervous. The 49ers have just been playing like historically great. I think they're one of the best football teams in American football anyway, like ever. They're just so well-rounded. So, and today's the day they can't lose. They've won 10 straight. And it's a team they've already beat. And it's just like, it's got all the writings on the wall of like, you know, they're going to take them lightly and it's really raining at the stadium. It's just like, I got to take my blood pressure medication before the game this time. Impulse. That's going to be a long one, just like yesterday's. Yeah, we'll lean on a Silhana, the window washing mama. We've already got everything we kind of need here, but we're probably walking into like just some fog lock. Typical Tron crap. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Here we go. A lot of these lists too have that Fangren Marauder life engine, which can just get out of hand so quickly. Having a plan B. Phyresis is just the ultimate plan B in this list. It's like smack, smack, smack. Well, I'm going to weather the storm. All right. You do that. I'm going to go to the pharmacist. Get me some Phyresis. I really should have had that commercial ready. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go to our little playlist and scroll down or watch them all. There's about 50 of them. But Phyresis is the fake drug commercial. I put this on a little RX bottle from the pharmacy, which took about 3 hours in Photoshop back then. I'm a lot better now, but that was when I was first getting kind of into Photoshop. All right, we're going to security breach, I believe. Because that'll draw us a... Yeah. They might have some sort of a... I might want to pay attention to what they grabbed. Okay, moment's peace. Let's get this out of range, get it to about a natural 3/3, and then I won't have too much to worry about. Aura-FECTION. This is just subterfuge to get our counters on this. Fix our mana. Let's connive. Discard a card. Yeah. I guess we go with the other bypass. All right, it got bigger. Another thing, too, doing this as opposed to like a double Rancor makes them a lot more like, oh, I got plenty of time. And then, you know, the Infect might just sneak in. Another reason to maybe not play Rancor. I know that sounds ludicrous. Probably is. But you have to have these thoughts to come up with new things, see? Throw things into the fire. Like, that's not supposed to be there. Oh, yeah? Check this out. What's he grabbing, Copper? Mystical Teachings, okay. I hope he's not playing Curfew. I'm overthinking this. No one would have one Curfew. All right, they're just grabbing their little engine. They probably got the lock already. Tron. Boy, what an eclectic crew. Boros, Mono Blue, Tortured Existence, and Tron. Wow, look at this. Raid the room. They probably have some counter spells, so I'm just going to put this on right now. I'm sure they've got Weather the Storm in there. We're going to have it up to a 3/3, which is going to feel really good. Fiery Cannonade access, probably with the Teachings engine, right? Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I know it looks clunky. Security bypass, every time I draw that card, I'm like, oh, goody. Just opens up so many options. My stuff's going to get naturally big. Can't be blocked. Oh, and I get to draw cards. And right now we really need to. We need to find a land. Give us a land. Good, thank you. All right. Oh, we've got double presents. That's good. I guess we throw out one of these presents here. Presents, not presents. You idiot. Boop. Now he's in Infectsville. All right. Mana's right. Unfortunately, our opponent is just sitting on a bunch of peace. They're meditating. Beautiful. Beautiful. They're not too worried yet, are they? They've got to have another green source. Oh, are they playing that new 2-mana artifact? That's what's going to power out the green now? Or do they just do a colossal slip-up? You've got to assume that I've got lethal in hand. You've already got... Yeah. I think our opponent punted there. Their only source. I was expecting the 2-mana rock to come out, but... All right. Macabre comes in. No. Don't care. Don't care. Gnarlid, maybe. Could get around some stuff. I think that's overkill. Soulsfire for sure. I think we just do that. We've got Macabre for EOT, Moment's Peace and such, and general shenanigans. And then Soulsfire, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. Try fogging around that sucker. Woo! And we're not going to be doing too much combat, so again, I think I'm going to lose 1 presence and 2 Rancor. Seems to be the my go-to move. If you just heard that, that was my stomach. That was surprisingly vocal. Fiend. Yeah, well, with that's just with that fetch engine. I guess it will buy time. I don't know what I'd rather see against it though, but I'll listen to you. We'll get rid of one more Rancor and see how that feels. Actually, no, we'll get rid of a presence. Let's do that. That might be the right natural call. Just 2 presents, and then open up 2 more spots on the board. I'm not sure as far as like a main board. It'd be funny if we go 4-1 with this, right? These have all been, with the exception of Tortured Existence, what you guys just told me 5-0'd, so maybe because of the exception. But this has all been pretty good standard tournament lists we've been seeing, which is good and bad. I mean, I like to have some shows like that. A nice mix is cool because every once in a while we'll find something that'll be the inspiration for another show where it's just like, whoa, never thought of that. Hey, let's go brew it. Ventriloquist. We hit the Fiend. Yeah, you put 1 in and you'll draw it every time. That's how the Magic Online math works, right? 1 of 1. Oh, here it is every time. Well, this makes things very easy. We just have to drop the bridge and we're done. Macabre's showing up. Do we drop the Fiend first? What say you, chat? Or do we try to get aggro online? I think I'd rather go Ledgewalker, but a lot of times my first hunches are wrong. It's probably that, yep, the energy refractor. I'm surprised somebody hasn't made a stock Tron list with that yet. I will remind you that maybe I was wrong, but I did think that this was going to be banned when I saw it printed. I was like, oh, you mean Prophetic Prism? That's better in Tron? It's like, especially as it gets bigger towards the end, which is what the deck's known for. It's like, we need to ban that. Okay. A year of fighting about it, and then they go and reprint it. So the question is... Yeah, I think I'm just going to ledge walk here, guys. While we've got a out. Let's get a little pressure going. Oh, that was a W. You could argue, you know, the old argument of like, you know, oh, just play normal hexproof. And it's like, Moment's Peace, there's a lot of ways to beat it. It's a good deck, but there's a lot of ways to beat it, and everybody knows it. Adding this little plan B into it, it really does seem like in a lot of the matchups where if I was just playing this, I would have stalled out, or they had the answer, whether it's fog locks or just gaining a ton of life themselves. Heath Ledgewalker. Phyresis has been cool points, says Dreamer Stango. I agree. Wholeheartedly. Oh, we had the pickleball first tournament. Got obliterated. I lost every game. Very competitive, very close, but boy, as athletic as I am, being a gymnast and everything, I can really dig for some balls, but it was one of those things where I just, every time I'd score, it was on their serve as far as like winner points, and then I'm still trying to get my serve down, and I just figured it out last night. My wife and I went there for a few hours and just served, and I finally unlocked the puzzle. All right, what do we do here? Do we bait? Do we Rancor? I think I'm going to cast blue on the Slippery Bogle. No, they might have the... I can't remember. You can cast this for blue in this scenario, and that way we could double play. I say we just see what they have. Let's bring this out now. No more mysteries. Maybe it hits and they suffocating fumes us now. Actually, that'd be nice. We could remove something permanently, the way the stack works. Dinrova Horror. I don't like that much. Yeah, I want to get rid of that. This thing. I have nightmares about this damn card. Yep. I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's see. Power plant, mine. Attack. It's I don't even know why it's called pickleball. Just looks like paddle tennis, but it's pretty intense. But I do like pickles. Yep, I better keep this intel on board. Okay, well, they just take that off. One mystery card in hand. Sit and duck right now to like some sort of teachings fetch mentality. Bloop. Okay. It's a goner. Don't have too much to worry about here. I want to bypass the Ledgewalker as soon as possible. All right. Tron has been achieved. Three cards in hand. We know, or four cards in hand. We know three of them. This feels like a golf game of Magic. I'm like, and we see him untapping. A little whisper. Come on, come on. Boy, our views just keep going up on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Every few days I look, I'm like, what? That number changed fast. I used to remember waiting like 6 months for that to happen. It's like every week. Oh, what is this devilry headed our way? Breath weapon. Yeah, that sucks. Got the mana to work it too. Okay. Breath weapon does 2. This is a tough scenario here. I don't really see any outs here. I guess we might as well draw cards with the bypass, maybe. We're going for damage. Make them use it, sort of, you know. Who knows? Maybe they'll wait. Slip up. We will lose that. But we're going to be able to dig for a card. That's how Deluxe. I'll catch the next on YouTube. All right, Quadratic Hawk. Coolest name in the biz, I say. Let's go. Yeah. We'll get our Rancor back. I wish Rancor just worked when it went in the yard. Just be like, look at this. I'll just toss it to security bypass. Maybe we don't represent enough damage and they'll just be like, all right. Want to keep. Want to keep. The whole reason I did this, dang it. I guess we'll get rid of Phyresis. It's not going to be good once our team's eviscerated. For right now, we'll get rid of it. I want to hit our land here. Plus, if they wait a little too long, maybe they forget about the connive ability. I don't know. Just hoping at this point. Or are they just going to do it right now? Okay. No bones about it. They're just smacking that out there. All right. I'll respect that. Boop. Off it goes. Didn't roll a horror in hand. This is in the yard. I'd really like to be able to grab teachings and Moment's Peace. Yeah, security breach kind of, or bypass, really kind of forcing them to use that right then and there. Yeah, my least favorite build of Tron ever is the Dinrova Horror build. And by that I mean it's very effective against a lot of my lists. I just hate it. It's such a depressing, inevitable way of losing. Let me get... Actually, let me drop this now. Commune. It's on like a spell snare. That wouldn't make any sense. Oh, I like the Macabre. I like the bypass better. Soul's Fire. Tricks out of the bag. Shoot, I don't know, man. Maybe we, I've already seen Breath Weapon, so I guess we make him commit. We'll grab bypass. Say okay. I'll pay blue for the Bogle and cast it. Just tuning in. Which round? Oh, this is the fourth or three. We've won 2, lost 1. We lost to Boros Aggro, beat Mono Blue Fae, Tortured Existence, and now we're up against Tron. We won the first game. This is an Infect Hexproof list. As awkward as that is, 'tis true. Bloop. All right. Aura-FECTION. I'm sure there's a better name out there. Feel free to suggest one. We've shown them a lot of our tech, Soul's Fire and Macabre in the yard, Mesmeric Fiend. I'm going to lose the Fiend in the next game, knowing that they've got access to Breath Weapon and they're not leaning on just a fog sort of a style. Hopefully next turn. All right. Here comes Dinrova. Doing the bouncy dance. If it returns bypass, that's kind of okay because the counters will stick around. I mean, once it's out, like in a turn or two. Probably going to target our bridge, knowing that we kept the bypass, I would assume. That's weird. I'll discard a Rancor, sure. Looks like my Moment's Peace plan will actually work here. We know one of them's a refractor in their hand, the other is a piece. The other 2 cards, only 50% knowledge. Best to keep. Let's go. So another version of why this is cool. Let's see what we draw. Well, that's pretty cool. We'll go blue here. The reason in aggro I like to play Macabres is because you can just completely tap out. You're like, look at this. Don't really care too much about the damage because Phyresis showed up again. I don't know with the Dinrova Horror if it's worth it though. We might just want to go for damage here. So if he bounces Breach, it's not that bad because we can just keep doing the thing. I think we lose Phyresis here. They've got a Foglock. I haven't seen much life gain. I might live to regret it, but I'm going to do that. Just want to get out of the way of Breath Weapon so I don't have to live in fear of it. Oh, man. I really wanted them to use that Moment's Peace. Obviously a good play that they didn't. Chimpskey. I think I missed that one. course, that would be the end of it, though, right? No, that's right. I did look into that because you put it on the creature, and then if you use Phyresis, it's just gone. All right. Well, I can at least respond here. Fortunately, it's not going to be for you-know-who. And we have a discard in our forest here. That's true, Dreamer Stango. I remember seeing, like I said, I spend far too much time on this stuff. All right, bye-bye Breath Weapon, bye-bye Teachings. Don't have a blink effect, please. I know what 2 of your cards are. It worked! Your wall is worthless. That felt like a frustrated attack. Okay. Soulsfire might make... Oh, come on, list. All right, let's get out of the way of Breath Weapon. I'm sure they've got another one. Might be seeing it here. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to connive. I mean, we have to, but it's not going to give us the boost. Really? They're going to use it here. Okay, I guess they got us on the race depending if they have like another one in their hand. We know one of their cards is an energy refractor. They showed us 2. They played 1. Yeah, we've only got one more Macabre. Always like to have 4, but usually make a concession against some lists and just run 3. Especially the reason I do that is because we have access to Commune with the Gods, so that's the logic. If I need one, it's kind of like 4 extra. Yeah, Unstable Mutation is so cool. We've played that a few times in our day. Getting nervous. Moment's Peace in the yard. We've got a horror staring us down. They're starting to really look at some cards and get some advantages. And we have 2 cards in our hand that are absolutely worthless. Boop, boop, boop. This is game 2. We won the first one. I should say our opponent lost the first one. Every time you see something happen, you're like, oh no, that can... And it's like, no, it can't. Thank you, security bypass. Boo doo 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 doo. Cool little card. Of course, if you wanted to lower the curve, you might just want to go with, what's that one? Target creature's unblockable for 1 blue and aura, and then you scry every time you attack or something like that. Just post on Pauper subreddit about unstable mutation synergy with a Wickleboro Elder. That's old news. At least for us old timers. Good stuff though. Has to be against this list, doesn't it? Doesn't it? At this stage, I might Souls Fire the Denrova Horror. Get that damn thing in the yard. Can they just take it here? I think they do. Come on, let us hit you. All right, cool. We're out of another breath weapon range. And no, we're not. Good Lord. Well, at least we drew a card. One step closer to death. We've got 2 turns. Unless they have like Kervik's Torch or Rolling Thunder. It's another thing. Tron has access to everything, so you don't really know what you're up against. Unless you play the person all the time and you know it inside and out. Aqueous Form, that's the one. I tried that in my favorite 0 list about a year back, and very lackluster effects in that one. All right, what's the damage? Let's just fold up shop here. Let's go to game 3. Let's see what we would have drawn. It was going to show us a land, wasn't it? And it felt like it was. All right. Let me go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Target creature has bathroom walk. Let's go. Sorry about that, guys. I can concentrate a little bit more. And it won't be so impatient. Yes. Target bladder was full. Draw a card. Yeah, we'll keep this. All right. All in on the infect plan. Bloop, doop, 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 doop. Open up the yards. Phyresis in tow. All right, the Isle showing up early. Such good lands. You know, those might be a better call than mine, except, you know, the second I don't play these, I run into ramp land destruction. Just kind of a necessary concession these days. What are the odds? I think we keep our critter back. Let's go like this. Yeah, I've always had a soft spot for Aqueous Form. It's a very cool little card. I've already seen breath weapons, so I want to at least keep one resource back until they show us edicts. Of course, this is game 3, so. You sound like cards for another unset. Oh. I've had some fun with those. I think we just presence here. Maybe we drop into another land. That's the optimal here. Maybe is this really worth a counter? I mean, kind of have all our colors. Well, we don't have the blue. That's fine. Cool. Using prohibit on that. I like it. We have instant infect damage on our Soul's Fire trick, but we have to get that online. Opponent's a little color squirmed here. Are they running the little rewind effect maybe? I just try to keep drawing here. See if we can hit a land. Be nice to just hit a basic here. Even a Holdout Settlement would be nice. Yep, figured it was unwind. I play this way too much. Call the spell that's going to counter before it ever counters. Coke doesn't sound appetizing today. More of a coffee day with the weather outside. All right, more blue. I'm not too worried about that. Uh-oh. Now he's got red. Doesn't look good for us, friends. How many counter spells can you have? Let's see. Try to keep them honest. See what they got. One away from Tron. That blows. All those games that we were mana flooded, and now we are getting screwed. Of course, we didn't draw 2 cards in both the Presence and the Abundant Growth, but Nylea. No, sometimes it thinks I feel like I can maybe go down to 2 Nyleas. Like I said, I would love to run the Isles. Might be the better call. Can obviously run Gates too. It's just, I hate the speed bumps that those cause. My goodness. This deck is frustrating me right now. You know, if they counter this or kill it, I'm fine. Let's try to go the Infect route. They want to counter it. This is when it's kind of wonky. It's like, okay, well, we've done 6 damage. It's like going to be totally even, right? we're doing 3 damage with Infect, same as 6 damage, and so it's like we're kind of negating all of our attacks. But we have other creatures. I've won on pure damage plenty of times when I have them at 9 Infect and just kind of go with plan C. Thinking Ash Barrens and Crystal Grotto with Abundant Grope. That's pretty nice. Dreamer Stingo. If you wouldn't mind sending that to me at paupergain@gmail.com, I'll look that over, check it out. Not that I'm itching to. This isn't one of those lists that I'm like, I gotta play this all the time, like last week's was. I mean, I wake up in the morning wanting to play last week's list. I think any list with ornithopters and walkers in them, it's so close to my DNA. I'm just like, yes, please. All right. What are they going to show us? Breath weapon. Oh, please, let's just hit a mask. I mean, let's just hit, not a mask. I didn't say that, universe. Just give us a land. You haven't given us one for like 4 turns. Just give us a basic. Give us a basic. Come on. Come on. Well, that's going to be dead. And so infect damage isn't really going to matter all that much. Or will it? Get him to 9. Being our Cypher Brews. Yeah, no kidding. Right? I think that's... I guess we'll get him back. Come on with 5 infect. I'll put the Faerie God in him, right? Couldn't have drawn... Man, if we had a mask there, I think we just win. At least they don't have Tron yet. All right. Boop. Those early counter-happy moves maybe costing them a little bit. Who knows? At least they don't have Tron yet. We'll get rid of this. Security bypass. Where were you last turn? Oh, I thought this was the Dross land. Darn it. I'll keep... we'll go in with a Scout this time. Fun when you have 2 resources against a deck with crazy resources. Like I said, I brewed this with 18 to prevent this sort of thing from happening. We've had all the drawbacks and none of the... But, you know, we've won a bunch. Against good lists, too, so maybe there's something here. Infect is a thing, especially if the creatures can't be killed. And a lot of times, something like Cypher, you know, you dig really deep into it. 3-4 hours later, you have to really admit to yourself, I don't think there's much here. That might be the case, too. I actually think that I was thinking of trying to make the black one work, which is just like this consistent loss of life. The tap ones are pretty nice, but then you run up against a list like this where it's like, where are the creatures? But there's always life. Ooh, Blast from the Past. I haven't seen Compulsive Research in about 12 months. Maybe 17. Used to just be a mainstay. I still think, remember when Mystic's Sanctuary was a thing and you could bounce the land? I still think that's not that bad of an option anymore. It's an instant that does that and you just have to return a land, and there's a lot of lands you want to be returning in this format. I don't think people should have abandoned ship. Something about gods. It was 2 and a blue instant. Oh, come on, come on, come on. At least they're having trouble getting Tron, but they have every color and almost 3 times as many lands as we do. Okay, it's interesting. I'm glad this is happening because this is the icky factor of the deck where we've got them almost there, and now do we start chopping down life? It gets kind of silly. I'm going to roll here. If he kills it, we still have another creature to buy back or to get back. All right. Attack. It's probably just sitting on a moment's peace or something like that. Such a long show. Yep. You'd think with the lack of lands we're drawing, we might draw into our Macabres, but that's not the way of it. So it should make it easy, Paladin 19. All right, Tron has been achieved. My soul has been sucked out. Let's make for such boring matchups, in my opinion. A lot of people like these matchups, but... All right. You know, I think I made a little bit of a screw up in the bridges. I think I should have just played the Dimir bridge. I mean the Simic. Simic. No, not Simic. Blue-black. Yeah, that would be Dimir. I mean, we have one. Yeah, that's a bit of a hiccup. All right, well, we could fall into a land here and then security bypass. That'd be nice. Land? Come on! This is so frustrating. What kind of hand is this? What turn is this? It's like 8 or 9. Drawn cards, drawn cards. We've got Soul's Fire if they let us build that up with the mask and then just try to hide behind Moment's Peace. We'll be able to trick them with Soul's Fire. But we've shown them Infect, so maybe they're off of the life plan if they have access to Weather the Storm. But being a Teachings deck, they're probably only playing one of those. They'll probably still have access to it. Yeah, and here comes you-know-who. Knowing we're hurting for land. Probably bouncing this, I would assume. Thanks. Discard a card. I don't really want to give away our tech. I'm not going to be communing anytime soon. That's for when I have things called mana. Or something called mana. Yeah, I am not sure why I didn't just run 4 of those. What was my logic behind running black with that? I'm going to make that change right now. That needs to be like that. Both of our off colors, all the rest. And we don't have access to anything else. All right. Stop the bleeding. We won the first game. We're going to draw any more lands? Nope. All right. Let's try this last build and see where we go. Boom. Yeah, with 12 creatures, but, you know, we also have a Commune with the Gods, so it plays like 16 when we do need to find one, so you can keep non-critter loaded hands. Yeah, that was just a big... I'm not sure why I put those bridges in there, thinking, you know, I just wanted ultra consistency to hit green early, but at only 4 of those, I think that might be the way to roll. Let's see how it feels this time. Watch we just get a bunch of Dimir lands and nothing to do, right? Hey, little... Was that the Otter and Pauper that came out about four years back? Well, where were you last game's lands? I know I was bitching about you earlier, but good grief. I'm actually going to keep this. We've got a Commune. We've got ways to draw. We'll keep. My land's just all right. On the draw. No problem, Shiraz. I know it's kind of a long show today, huh? All right. Well, it looks like we're up against a real hexproof. Let's see how this does. Probably not too good. We'll see. At least we don't have to worry about critters. And our Aura Gnarlid's going to be a lot of fun. Let's bring out the bridge. Hide what we're on. Overseer showing up. Interesting. Much better than a hexproof critter. Not that we can really mess with their creatures. Okay, I guess we go look for stuff. This is with this hand. This is when I really want to. Well, we need this. Kind of need everything It's not really going to matter against that list, though, so I'm going to grab the Scout. I've already got a flyer. I'll grab the Scout. Bonk. Did I play land? I did. All right, let's go. I know I'm getting hungry too, Shiraz. What is this, some sort of too early to put it on really anything. A swamp? This feels like Edict's Bane. Not much time to live. We are definitely, I think, going to bring in Aura Gnarlid. Of course, this isn't hexproof as I thought it was going to be. Straight out of the gates. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the blue here to bring this dude out. They got suffocating fumes. We just lose. I just don't want to fall victim to an edict effect here. Splat. I like frogs better than elves, so I'm going to focus on this dude. Let's go. Suffocating fumes for the win. Just an honest, good stuff list, you know? High consistency, easy mana, creatures with extra value. Yeah, probably is an initiative deck. If we get a security bypass, we won't have too big of a problem. Here comes the man. You're right. Initiative. Zoop. These guys are still pretty expensive. Same with the Goliath. They're like 4 to 5 tickets, I think. I still don't have any. I really thought the entire mechanic was just never gonna. I thought it was gonna. The whole thing was gonna be banned, and those stayed in it. So it's definitely still a thing. Well, that's interesting. Security bypass off the top. Well, we can go find it. Let's go find us a security bypass, shall we? Thank you, sir. Okay. I think I'll favor this. Put this on here. Boom, boom. Security bypass. Doo, 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 doo. Yeah. We'll go find a basic. Woo. Ignore him, Willow. He's a fool. Yeah, it kind of works. We'll be able to stay alive with the other thing here. Grab that. Connive, what are we losing? We've got access to all our colors. I don't really need this dude. I might want him for a blocker, but we've got a bunch of trample and something I can't block, so I'm going to lose this guy. We'll get our initiative online. And go from there, I guess, right? Yep, cool. Yeah, we'll put that Vampiric Link on if nothing improves. Obviously, we'll presence first because we might just fall into Mask. Then Link. Holdout Settlement because we usually only attack with one thing is why I went with that. Oh, this is going to hurt. Crunch. Return to the dungeon. Feels like Sim's got pets. This artwork's always confused me. Some little fat dude with a dagger going on his little nightly runs, checking out the Undercity. Well, we're going to be able to negate kind of this damage here. Come on, let's just top deck a Mask. They have access to everything, so we really don't know what they're on here. Oh! Thank you for listening to me, Magic Gods. All right, let's play this out. I'll tap this, go like this. They might have a fog effect. Sure. Actually, I play this so rarely. I should double check on the. Where's the dungeon? There it is. Yeah, I'd rather him lose 5 life. Oh, he's Forge. What shall we forge? I guess we'll put him on this. Let's go. This creature. Let's go. Vampiric Link. It just looks euphoric, like, oh, this feels painful and very good. It's like my massage a couple weeks back. Connive. We have access to everything we need. I don't think we need much more connive. I'm just going to lose this. Can we play this? Nope. All right. Well, our life's back. Trample can't be blocked. Gaining 16. Feels pretty good. Our opponent, it's always surprising how fast this deck comes out. Not mine, I mean theirs. I'm just glad we were able to keep up. Thank you, Vampiric Link. I will never badmouth you again. But now what? We didn't show them any of our Infect tricks. But they have all the colors to mess with enchantments, don't they? So kind of answering my own question. I should probably get in Mesmeric Fiend. Is it just me, or does it always look like Fiend should fly? We'll bring in these. I'm going to cut a presence. I'm going to cut both presents. We have 2 still. Pow! Take that, expensive cards. Yeah, maybe you just secede that you're going to lose to ramp if you play a mana-hungry list, and I don't know. Just always like to be in it with those bridges, you know? There's another reason, like if they're going to pick on stuff and you can still have access to green. I think that's why I kept them in there, but don't really run into it all that much. Nylea's Presence. Always got to like cards that say draw a card. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. I know it's a little longer show today. We've been having a few of those. I know last week's was a bit fast and furious. It's usually how I roll, around the 2-hour mark, but quite a few times they go longer. Computer's been running great ever since my tech buddy was just like, you don't need antivirus software. If you have the Windows guards up in a certain settings, it does just fine. Here's why. All right, maybe back to my old plan. One of these would have probably been that. Not that I would have really kept this hand. One mulligan here. I'm going to scratch what I said, folks. So we're going to go back to how I had it. Pretty underwhelming. Black, black, black. No way to get there. We're on the draw. I'm going to mulligan this, guys. That was painful. Keep. Oh, boy. 2 things back, eh? I can draw. I'm thinking of throwing Rancor back. I really want that bypass in this list. We'll get rid of Rancor, and we'll go... I'm going to get greedy. Let's try this. We're on the draw. We need a creature, and then we're good. Let's go. Okay. We'll do this to this. Mana's right. Come on. Draw into like a... I don't even care. Anything. All right. Another land. All right. That's enough lands. Let's do this again. If I had a crystal ball, I would have just thrown back a land and kept the other. Kind of bummed out. It's raining so hard I just want to stare out the window and look at it. Never get rain here, missing half the storm, but I guess that proves I like Pauper more than weather. Sure sounds majestic. All right, not a land. That's fine. I like that too. Sure, we'll go with you. Green this. 2 of the best ones out. Cool. I guess we'll grab El Susanna. Pretty good in this matchup, even without security bypass. I mean, we can still get over. Nice slow start by our opponent. Not slow. I mean, they've got access to 3 mana too. It's just I'm glad they just don't have a creature smacking us like for 2 or 3 a turn already. That's about to change. Is this a Jewel Thief? Yep. Right. Not gonna lie, any edict effects and we're just dead meat. But we'll deal with that when it happens. Bloop. Let's just top deck a little critter. So I can get out of an edict room. Suffocating fumes. God, I could have so much. Okay. 1 for 1. They did see us commune for that, though, so they probably know we're pretty critter light. Security bypass, another way around that. Does take a few turns, but let's not forget, if we're in real deep doo-doo, we can always infect their own dude and buy us a turn or two, but not much more than that, especially if it's a 3/3. Yeah, oh, this is looking bad. This is when you want a ginger brute. That little guy's so good at stealing initiative. And oh no, are they on the LD plan? Critter. Oh, come on, guys. That's ridiculous. All right, we're going to game, whatever. It's impossible to come back from. Unless we just ran fogs, which we don't. I'm going to bring in the Gnarlid. I'm just going to go all heavy here. No, you know what? Let's go with the third link. Nah. Let's draw the card. Let's go. This is it. It's been a lot of fun today. It's always one of those lists when you win, you're kind of surprised, but it does have the core of a hexproof list, so it shouldn't be too surprising. Yeah, we want to play first. Been losing to some really bad draws. Hey, there's another reason I need to do that other thing that I was talking about, right? Mulligan. Ouch. All right, we'll keep this. Throw back one of these. Done. Come on, just hit a land. Any land will do. Thank you. All right, Ledgewalker. Probably going to save that Phyresis for the Aura Gnarlid. Haven't seen too much removal by our opponent. Maybe we'll use Silhana as a little bait. I did forget to do the Superstitious Shuffle. It looks like it's working out. Famous last words. Hadar killed us last time, so I think I'm going to lean on Gnarlid, especially if I get another land down this turn. Although you could argue just mask the Ledgewalker and you've got kind of the same beast. I think that might be better. Okay. That hurts. That's our plan that we negated. Kind of a tough pull here. Guess you gotta assume I'm gonna draw a land, so you take the mask, I would think. Yeah. I believe it's in about a week. It's pretty dang soon. We've seen Hadar, but he's won from doing it. But I need to draw stuff. I'm going to risk it. I know this already can't be blocked, but I'm just going to do this to get away from Hadar. El Natural. Probably... I really want to just hit a land here so I can... So we've got Aura Gnarlid that talks to all of those. I don't need you, Commune. I need these guys a lot more than Commune right now, so we'll do that. Gets bigger. He's got a Hadar now, and then I'll kill his own Mesmeric Fiend, which suggests he probably doesn't have it. So if I don't hit a land next turn, I'll probably drop Silhana just so I have Edict food, and then just try to keep bypassing and turn on Phyresis pretty soon. Land's really been fighting us. If you like this list, feel free to work on the land a little bit as we did mid-show, you know. That shows everything, right? It's far from perfect. I do like the critter base where we're at, though. Okay, he's definitely not on the Hadar plan. Gotta take the Aura Gnarlid. Wow, okay. It's Damageville. We've got a whole lot of unblockables. And if we just draw a land here, our Gnarlid's going to be gnarly. Yeah, I think it's coming up really soon. Good Lord list, come on. Let's attack. Like 5 next turn. Give me a damn land. Let's go. Another reason to play security bypass. Get you out of a pinch like this. Okay, that's fine. I'll throw that out. We'll play this. I'm going to play Silhana. Hadar's not that worrisome now, so now we're only taking 3 because I've threatened to block the Fiend and get the mask back. If we win this one, we'll go 3-2 on the day. It's been a long one too, boy. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Always trying to bring you creative new stuff. Sometimes at the risk of okay. That works. Do you have an edict? Oh, he does. I'm starting to feel confident here. All right. Well, at least it's an edict, not a chainers. 1 card in our opponent's hand. I won't be able to attack next turn. It'd be nice if we just drew a land just to get us. All right. This is all auras, so let's keep that at mind. Nice to just drop a Phyresis on it. Wham, wham! He attacks with Jewel Thief. I gotta assume that he's got another Fumes. I thought too long about it. I'd block. Better lucky than good. Let's get down anti-edict food. Okay, it lived. Let's do the thing. They're at 17, so this feels really good here. 2 turns away from victory. 1, 2, 3. You see why I brewed with Aura Gnarlid first. It was just, but it turns off the effect of hexproof, right? But it's really good in the sideboard against lists that figure. Yes! All right. So we went 3-2 on the day. I'm going to switch back the bridges to the way they were. I'm actually probably just going to get rid of the bridges and probably go with some isles because what you see is what you get with the list, right? You see your opening 7, you're like, it might be security bypass plan or Phyresis with Vampiric Link or whatever. So, yeah, it's a cool little list. I mean, you're not going to win any tournaments with this, but it might foster an idea that really makes you go to that next level or find something. Maybe it's screw this, but I like security bypass and I've got this idea for this. Or, oh, wow, I'm going to use this now on something else and maybe with Tainted Strike or whatnot. But we're coming up on 3 hours, guys. Football's getting close. I'm getting hungry. I hope you are too. Thanks for joining me, as always, with every weekend. Shirazamon and Chimpskey, thanks so much for always being there. And I think we're going to go out with maybe a little Crypt Rat versus River Boa logic. We haven't seen this one in a while, but I'll be online all weekend as usual. Got most of MLK Day in the States here on Monday off, even though I have to work it. It's only a half day, so I'll be playing a lot of Magic. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys. Anyway, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Let's try to grow the channel as much as we can. I know we're growing like molasses, but it's growth all together. And spread the word. Thanks, guys. Adios.